Well, hello everybody. In this video I take you with me as I travel to a tanker ship offshore of the Texas coast in the Gulf of Mexico on board an offshore supply vessel. The vessel I am currently traveling to is currently on a Coast Guard hold and is not able to come into port until their navigation system is repaired. The video will include us passing ships as we head down the Houston Ship Channel, and also how we board and disembark a floating ship, some onboard footage, and more. Before getting on the road and heading to the launch vessel to take me to the ship, I needed to make a stop at Ralph Electronics. This particular electronics store is one of the last local places you can buy electronic components in the Houston area. Approximately 1 hour later, I arrived at my launch vessel, the Pack Mule, to begin the 3-hour journey out to the ship at the Galveston anchorage. The Pack Mule, operated by ACCP Inc., is one of the faster boats I travel on, and we frequently break 18 knots when underway. Right now we're on the Houston Ship Channel, headed south towards Galveston, where we'll be going offshore. Right now we're about to pass a pretty large container ship. It is the GSL Arcadia. We're making about 14 knots, and it's also making 14 knots. So this passing will go by pretty quickly. That I am on is the Pack Mule offshore supply boat. Over there to our left is the Texas City Dike. And we're approaching Galveston shortly. Texas City Dike. What you're seeing now is the USS Selma. It was a concrete ship built during World War I. They intentionally sank it there after it was unable to be repaired. Now entered the jetties. We're about 2 more miles from being out in the open Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Galveston, Texas. And all the ships you're seeing here are at the Bolivar Roads anchorage. The ships come in here to anchor for a day or less to take on fuel, bunkers, and supplies. They're only allowed to anchor here for 1 day, and then they either have to go back out to sea or come into port. Once again, there is the city of Galveston. And now, 2 hours later, we are approaching our vessel. It was a pretty sporty ride out, but I have seen much worse, but I've also seen much better. When we were 5 miles out from the ship, contact was made with the bridge, and it was agreed a combination of gangway and pilot ladder would be used to board the vessel. On this particular day, The water is pretty smooth. On days when it's a little bit rougher, only the ladder is used. And on days when it is really rough, a basket will be lowered down from a crane, and we step into the basket, and that is how we go on board the vessel. I somehow lost the video footage of the repair work performed on board the vessel. However, it was discovered that the reason the vessel's navigation systems were not working is because both of their GPS antennas had failed. I had brought plenty of spare parts with me. I replaced their GPS antennas, checked the cables to make sure they were okay, and an hour later, everything was fully operational and the ship was back in business. I completed my paperwork, and the vessel was taken off a Coast Guard hold. All done.